Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
And welcome to the ComiQueens podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Annie. And today we are going to be ranking the series we finished together this year.
Yes, this should be interesting.
What a 2025. There are a lot of great series, as we've already gone through on our own. But I'm definitely excited to jump into some of these joint completed series and rank them together. If you haven't listened to one of these before, Alex and I do have to rank these series on an S to F tier. So we will have to agree on the rankings together.
Yeah.
Makes it a little harder.
Yeah.
But without further ado, start us out.
All right. So the first one we have on our list is 4 Week Lovers. We read this on Manta. It is available on Leeson as well. I'm sure it might be available on other platforms. But we read the all ages version on Manta. I think that I would rate this one as a C.
I am also in agreement in rating it as a C.
Yeah. The reason is just because it's not really something that I remember. I know we read it. We read it week to week for a while.
Yeah.
And I do feel like it went on, like there are some parts where it felt like it dragged a little bit.
Yeah, there were some parts that felt like they dragged. I think that's why we both kind of took our own hiatus with reading it.
Yeah.
Just to kind of focus on some other series that seemed to catch our attention more. I did love that they had a cute little wedding at the end.
It was cute.
It was precious.
Yeah, they had a lot of cute moments. Yeah.
But honestly, I couldn't tell you what a lot of them are. So
Yeah.
I think C is pretty fitting. It didn't stick with me very much, but it was a cute one to read. So the next one we read is Acanthus. This story is completed on Leeson. We read this one with Delusional Boyfriend Book Club, so shout out to Courtney. This one was genuinely fun to read. There was a lot of debate with this one. So if you want more of a deep dive, there is an entire episode discussing this on their podcast. But Acanthus, I would have to rate maybe as a B.
I can agree with that. It's another one where, like, I remember that I really liked it, but if you asked me what specifically I liked about it, I can't tell you.
See, I think a lot of this one stuck with me. Like, I did love the fact that he was looking for revenge and ended up becoming the lover of the man that abused him. And they both kind of found their reprieve together. There was something just really beautiful about them together in a relationship, even though it started out as both of them kind of feeling each other out and wanting their own kind of piece of revenge.
Yeah.
But it was a beautiful story. I did like it a lot. So I'm going B tier.
All right. We can do that. The next one we have is Betrayal of Dignity. This is on Manta. It is a long time coming. This is one we started reading week to week as it went.
And I was obsessed with Damien starting day one.
Day one, day zero, some might say.
I saw that this was coming as a series and was like, yes. Yes to him.
I am going to rate this as an S.
That shocked me. For how much shit you gave the art at the beginning of this series.
And I still give it shit.
Okay.
His lips were crusty. I will die on that hill.
You know what? You'll die alone because I'm not there with you.
Okay, fine, I won't because we have to die together. But he had crusty lips.
This series was so good. Like, if you want to talk about the perfect toxic male lead, one, I forgave him. I forgave him so fast. And I think you eventually forgave him also.
Yeah, I forgave him. It took me much longer to come around. I went back and forth on this one.
Yeah.
On how I felt about it. But by the end, I really loved it. I love how crazy Damien goes when he thinks that Chloe's dead.
Yeah.
The art is beautiful. It's stunning.
Yeah.
The lip issue was fixed in the second
And you
series.
you have to appreciate an artist that listens to their people.
Yeah. Damien was beautiful. Once he learned how to put chapstick on, he was even more beautiful.
Yeah.
I didn't like Giles.
Gilles. I don't think you're supposed to.
I didn't like Gilles at all. And you're probably not supposed to, but I didn't. There were some moments where Chloe wasn't my favorite either.
Yeah.
But overall, it was a really, really good story.
Like, there were moments where maybe I felt annoyed, but also that's none of what stuck with me.
Yeah.
Every time I think about this one, I'm like, I could tell you every single thing that happened from memory.
Yeah.
And I love them, and I have an emotional attachment to this story.
Yes, you do.
So, S tier is totally fine for me. I am just shocked that you said that off the cusp.
Gosh.
So
I'm going to look real quick. So, my reasoning that I put in here was that Chloe makes him work for it.
She does.
Yeah.
And you know what? He does need to.
Yeah, he really does.
But he goes insane. And also, there's just something about that arc once he realizes that she's not dead and they're both pretending to be someone that they're not. And it's kind of just that even playing field that they haven't had the entire story.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
I do think that I probably could go down to an A, but I know absolutely that you will not.
Nope. I will not sacrifice this. You've given me an S. You can't take that away from me.
I would never. It's an S.
Yay.
Okay, what do we have next?
The next series on our list is Dead or Alive. This is completed on Leeson. It is a bounty hunter and their target romance.
Yeah.
It was S tier for me. I adored this story.
I loved this one so much.
There's kind of like that mystery of, is he the right target? Is he not the right target? There's a beautiful hairy man, which we need more of in manhwa. I will die on this hill.
We absolutely need more hairy men. I was surprised too at the end. I know you were not.
Yeah.
But I was.
And you know what? That's beautiful in and of its own right. I am so glad we can agree.
So, next one we have is Flash Behavior. This one is another one that was on Manta. It's no longer there, but it was when we read it.
That's true.
I rated this one as a B.
Okay. I would be willing to go up to a B, but it was definitely a C for me.
Yeah, I think when I rated it, like, it was fresh on the mind.
Yeah.
So I could go down to a C.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice negotiations. The only reason being for me, like, I felt like there was some stuff that wasn't resolved, and I remember not liking the ending as much.
Yeah.
But also, like, none of it stuck with me enough that I can even remember to talk about it in depth.
Yeah, that's the problem I'm having. Whereas, like, when I read it, I was like, okay, this is a B.
Yeah.
And I have the notes to prove it. But now I couldn't tell you why I thought that.
And, you know, that kind of says something in and of itself.
Yeah.
When something's really, really good, it sticks with you.
Yep.
All right. The next one on our list is Focus on You. Similarly to Flash Behavior, this one doesn't exist anymore, but we did read this on Leeson when we unlocked it with coins.
Yes.
Focus on You is a really surprisingly wholesome story that doesn't start out wholesome.
Yeah.
And this one was like an ultimate just like fluff piece that came out of nowhere, and I loved it.
I did too.
It was A for me.
Yeah, I would agree. It's definitely A tier. When I started reading it, I was like, okay, Annie's having me just read some PWP here.
Listen, okay. It's like two fuck buddies want to make a sex film. They invite their photographer.
No, it's one fuck buddy wants to make a sex film and bombards the second fuck buddy with it.
And then they do it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, I kind of liked the photographer looking at me. And then one of them was like, I know that I wasn't into this at first, but now I kind of want to invite the photographer and be with him instead.
Yeah.
And then they end up having a super wholesome relationship.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
it's great.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
And it was very unexpected. I started this one thinking I would tell no one to read it. And here I am.
Telling everyone.
Telling the world.
So the next one we have is Her Peculiar Visitor. This is another one on Manta. And I had this one rated pretty high as an A.
I had it rated as an A too.
Yeah.
I loved the lizard.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. He was so cute.
Honestly, I loved this one. There was a bookstore involved. I just remember everything feeling so whimsical.
Yeah.
And I really did just like it from start to finish. Not going to lie, I don't know that I could genuinely tell you any main plot points.
I don't think I could either, but it left like a good impression.
Yeah, good impression. Know? I'm going to keep it as an A.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, you know, it was kind of one where I'm like, probably more B tier if I can't remember, but...
But I'm trusting myself.
Yeah, I'm going to trust that I had good opinions beforehand. The next one we read together was Hygieia. This is like a short mystery comic with like 5 episodes. I did not see the twist in this one coming, and for that alone, I gave it an A.
Okay, yeah. I could have gone up, but I will stick with an A.
Yeah.
Again, just because I didn't see it coming either. I think maybe if it were longer, it would have been an S.
That's what I think too. It did feel a bit rushed and a bit unresolved. I think that kind of adds to the mystery of it a little bit. So that kind of gives it points for me. Mm-hmm. But ultimately, the art for it was beautiful.
Oh, it's stunning.
And, I mean, it's so quick. They did a really good job.
Yeah. The next one we have is I See You. So this is on Manta. It's gym only now. I am going to rate this one as an A.
Okay.
And my reasoning is, again, because there are parts that I don't remember. But I did love it. The character design alone is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I remember really liking the spirits, but I don't remember too much about it.
I will say I had this one rated as an S. It is kind of heartbreaking to rate it down, but only because this one genuinely stuck with me.
Yeah.
I think I don't read that many just drama series in general. And this one was really unique. It has, this girl kind of struggling and trying to end her life, and a Reaper trying to give her a reason to live it. And it's just such a fresh take on the Reapers trying to realize the value of life while she's working through all of this grief in her own way. And I love that none of the story is linear. You have just super honest characters who are I don't want to get into a romantic relationship and it be me leaning on somebody because I'm not whole myself.
Yeah.
And it just feels like it deals with such complex themes in such a beautiful way. I will go A if you want me to, but
yeah, I just feel like I can't rate it as an S if I don't remember it.
That's fair. I'm shedding a tear. It's fine.
So sorry.
The next one we have to rank is In Cold Love. This series is completed by some different names on multiple different platforms. We read it by In Cold Love on Leeson, but you can read it as Cold Blooded Beast on Manta. This series is absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
The art is gorgeous. The background story of the fated lovers is just heartbreaking and also heartwarming at the same time. There was a moment where I was like, I don't know if I'm going to keep reading this one for the exact same reasons I almost paused reading Dawn of the Dragon. So it almost had me drop it for the same reason as Dawn of the Dragon, which was just that uncomfortable, oh, okay, this god is raising or being raised by the person they fall in love with. And that's always kind of a weird, iffy area.
But not really, because they knew each other as adults first.
Yeah, and he doesn't look after him for long.
Yeah.
He just kind of makes sure that he grows up safe and cared for.
And the only reason that he even brings him back to the cave in the first place is because he's like, your parents are abusive.
Yeah.
I was promised that if I take on this bad luck, you would have a good life, and that's not happening, so I need to make sure it happens.
Yeah.
And then sends him to an orphanage and gives him the most perfect mom ever.
Yeah, it is true. Even with me potentially thinking about dropping this one, when I read it, I was like, this is a beautiful story, art, storyline, everything. So I do give it an S tier.
Me too.
I just had to make the note of I did almost drop this one.
I'm
glad I didn't.
And I kept reading it and told you had to keep going. And I'm so glad. I was nervous that you were not going to rate it an S, and I was going to have to get out my points, my PowerPoint presentation, because this one is just perfect. I adore the snake in every single form.
I do too. It also has some of the freakiest side stories I've ever read.
It really does. When he's the giant snake, that was the picture that drew me to the story when it was on Manta before we were reading it on Leeson. Because I just saw that and I was like, oh, this is gorgeous and I'm going to need to read this.
And you know what?
And we did. And it has beautiful baby snake as well.
Oh my gosh.
He's so cute as a baby snake.
I know.
It's just I can't say enough good things.
I also
about
loved
it.
the side characters too.
Oh my gosh, me too. The little gecko.
Honestly, my favorite was the forest guardian, the old squirrel.
Oh yeah. I could not figure out what he was for the longest time because of his long eyebrows and mustache.
I loved him. He was so cute. Yeah, it was S tier for me, so you don't have to worry about it.
Okay, good. The next one we have is Leaves Dancing on a Melody. This one is on Leeson. And I'm going to have to rate this one as an A.
I'm on the same page.
Okay, yeah. I love the characters. I love that the one character just wants to see the other one cry. I think it's so funny that he's like, you're so beautiful when you cry.
Oh, yeah. I will say, I mean, there were like 2 seasons of this. And one was from like the historical like aspect. So it was like an alternate universe.
I did love the alternate universe.
The alternate universe was hilarious. And honestly, it just had me laughing out loud. Mm-hmm. The characters are lovable. They're super cute.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like that opposites attract kind of vibes. And it was great.
Yeah.
I'd agree. A tier. The next one we read is Lovesick Dog. And this one has such a special place in my heart. And I'm literally looking at your smile and I'm so nervous.
Let me see my notes.
Lovesick Dog is on Leeson. It's another beautiful tragedy that, you know, has 2 very broken characters that come together and bring out the best in one another. I loved this one. I loved the art. It's the same creator as Ouroboros.
Yeah.
And I know it wasn't your favorite, but I'm not going lower than an A.
I will do an A.
Okay.
I did like this one. And the more I sit with it, the more I liked it. I think my instant reaction was just like, there were a couple of things that I couldn't get past. One of them being that he just calls him Kitty. And it just was a burden I had to bear.
I know that the other one was that there's a character that we both hate with all of our guts, but I know that that's how you're supposed to feel.
Yeah, I know. And you're right. But I mean, I rated it as an A.
Yeah.
I agree. Like, it was a good story. I did genuinely love the 2 main characters. I know you loved, and I loved, the butterfly
Neck tattoo.
Ugh. Because it's gorgeous.
I know. Even after you find out that it's part of his trauma.
Yeah.
But I love them. There's also the Christmas episode, which just lives in my head rent-free.
Oh, yeah. That one is really cute.
And I could literally cry just thinking about how cute they are. Okay, I'll go with A.
All right.
But I won't go any lower, so don't make me.
I wouldn't dream of it. So the next one we have is Master Baek's Case Notes. This is a recent read for both of us on Manta. It's a spin-off of the 2 main characters for a story that is just a novel, not a comic.
Yeah.
And I want to read the original story so bad.
This made me want to read the original. I finished this after you did, but I love them.
I love them. This is an S.
Yeah, it's an S for me, which is crazy because it's a spinoff for a series we haven't read.
Yeah. But here's the thing. It's so good. It made me search out how to find where we can read it anywhere. And
we have yet to do so, but it's perfect.
Yeah. We'll find it.
Yeah, I know. Also, the art, I just love that it was kind of like full circle because it was by Angie, which is the first artist that I personally read with Semantic Error.
Yeah.
And there's just something special to going back to your roots.
Yes, there is.
The next series that we have to rate is My Girlfriend. This was our buddy read this year. Mm-hmm. This was a horror series on Webtoon, and it did its job at being horrific.
It was terrifying.
This was S tier for me.
I agree.
I didn't see any of it coming. I had so many different theories and guesses, and it kept me so surprised. And the way that it ended had like my jaw on the floor.
Yeah.
So
the ending was amazing. And I agree. This one was so much fun to like come up with the different theories as we were reading this together.
And then unfortunately realized we were so wrong.
Yeah. The only theory that we were right about was my theory to trust no one.
That is true, actually. Alex had the most accurate theory. That's perfect.
So the next one we have is Opposites Attract. This is available on Manta and Leeson. We read this one on Manta, and we read the all ages version.
Yeah.
I actually have read some of the full version as well.
Okay.
The first 2 seasons I read as the full version. The third season I read as all ages.
Okay.
I'm going to rate this one as a C, I think. Because...
You're surprising me today. Here's the problem for me. I also give it a C. I remember a few things I liked, but the majority of the things that I remember are things that I didn't like.
I know you hated one of the main characters.
I hated Doje.
Yeah.
We're just going to call it what it was. I know that they are trying to tell you that, like, emotionally he just doesn't comprehend things like other people.
Yeah.
But, like, it was very hard for me to come to terms with the fact that these characters had any genuine feelings for each other because they fight constantly.
And they do throughout the whole thing.
Even in, like, the spin-offs. I
actually like the side couple better.
I do too. The side couple is kind of what kept me going.
We'll watch their spin-off.
Yeah. I know that, like, they were really cute. Yeah, it was very average for me. Like, it was one that I read. I know that there were parts that I did genuinely enjoy, but I feel like for as many parts as I enjoyed, I had as many parts as I didn't.
Yeah.
So very middle tier for me.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, the next one we have to rank is Pirouette Into My Heart. It's completed on Tapas. It's a beautiful story between a boxer and a ballet dancer as they grow up together along with all of their friends. And it's a long series, but this is S tier for me.
Yeah.
The art is impeccable. I loved every single character in that story. And it is truly wholesome. Like, it is just a story about everyone being supportive of one another and following their dreams. And you know what? I really just needed that this year.
I agree. This is S tier. I loved it. I mean, there wasn't a single character in it who you don't want to root for.
I know.
And it's just good to see them grow up throughout the entire thing. Like, and it's not even just the main characters. Like, you get to see the side characters too and where they end up. Yeah. And I just loved it.
It was so cathartic.
Also, the part with the grandpa in the bookstore. Heartbreaking. It's just, like, it had everything you could want.
I know. It was such a well-rounded story.
And what was his nickname for him?
Little Swan.
Little Swan, yeah.
Ugh. It's so good. The whole series. This just becomes Annie and Alex gush about Pirouette Into My Heart. We have an episode of that if you'd rather listen to that instead.
Yes, we do. The next one we have is Pygmalion. This is on Leeson. This is a more recent completed series for both of us, I know. And I know, Annie, the reason that you even put this on our radars is because this was a verse couple.
Yes, they were.
And there aren't that many verse stories out there. I'm going to give this one an A because it's hilarious. Oh my gosh, it is so funny. But during their travels to go to Poseidon's temple, I was just screaming at them the whole time to fucking talk and get together. And Rue, she was doing it as well.
Yeah, she was. I will drop this down. I was going to say S because this is like peak BL comedy for me.
Oh, it's so funny.
It is so funny. But I'll drop it to an A just because, yeah, I know that you hate the, like, lack of communication.
It was just they're both, like, the martyrdom of both of them of being like, I couldn't possibly ruin his life by being with him even though we both want to be together. And the other one being like, I couldn't possibly live without him once we're all done with this. And it just, like, I mean, me and Rue, we were looking at each other.
You're like, you better possibly.
Yeah. I think you could possibly.
So funny. I'll drop it to an A. I loved this series.
Yeah.
I loved all the characters. I loved just, like, the slow reveals of, like, everyone thinking that Eden, the elf, is an asshole because he's so quiet.
I know.
And he's just, like, scared of people.
His, like, severe social anxiety to the point where he can't order a sandwich and the guy in front of him orders the, like, weird pickle peanut butter sandwich. And he's like, oh, no, what do I do?
So he goes hungry and then literally has to get the sandwich. This entire series is so cute. The spin-offs are adorable. Like, I was nervous that it was gonna, like, get too mundane and, like, draw out too long.
Yeah.
Mostly because the length of the series is, like, 36 episodes, and there's, like, 31 spin-off episodes.
Yeah.
I was like, did they really need that? No, I needed all of it.
I did love the spin-offs.
Yeah. It was just great.
It was great. It really was.
Okay, so the next series we have to review is Rewriting My Tragic Ending. This series was on Manta.
Yes.
And I'll say right off the bat, I wanted this to be longer.
Okay, so is it an S tier?
It was an A tier for me.
Oh, it was an S tier for me.
Was it?
Yeah. And here's the thing. I just went back, like, yesterday.
That's insane.
And reread this one.
Yeah.
From start to finish. And it's just so stunning. There are multiple series that we've read with the, like, I need to change my fate. Mm-hmm. I'm in a story. But the thing that I loved about this one so much is that Alicia and Ophelia are sisters. Ophelia's adopted, but she is the actual heroine of the story, and she just keeps reincarnating everyone to make Alicia have a happy ending. Like, all she genuinely wants is for Alicia to have a happy ending. Yeah. And I just love that sisterly bond.
It was, you know, you've probably read it fresher than me.
Yeah.
So I gave it an A, having not read it for a minute. That was really beautiful.
It's just something that you don't really see that often. Also, I love Norman. I love him so much.
Norman is literally perfect. He is
that
top
silver
tier,
hair mailed lead.
Top tier golden retriever energy.
Oh my gosh, and he brings home a panther cub.
I know.
So freaking cute. And Alfred loves him.
You know what? I'll go up to an S tier for you.
Okay.
I also remember loving Alicia's maid or assistant.
Oh,
I can't remember her name.
Stan?
Maybe?
I think it's Stan. Stann.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure it's Stan. But I do love the maid. I love how she,
it is Stan.
Is it Stan? Yeah. I love how she gets revenge on her shitty fiance.
Yeah.
Like, very publicly. And I love that Norman just immediately is obsessed and in love with her. And I also love the villain, Nyx. Like, there's some really good body horror in this one. It's just...
I'll go up to S tier with you.
It's just perfect.
Yeah. You've convinced me. You've reminded me enough.
Yay. So the next one we have is Say the Right Thing. This is on Webtoon. This is one that I purchased during one of their coin bundles where you can, like, purchase the whole story at a little bit of a discount. I am going to rate this one as an S.
I loved it.
I mean, honestly, I don't think it's possible for us to rate it as anything else when we have the tattoos to prove it.
It's true. This story, I mean, it's a very complex one. You have them, like, trying to unveil the realities of who the killer is. So you have that mystery kind of crime going on. You have the comedy and just the chemistry between the characters.
Yeah.
Pretty open communication. I mean, and who doesn't love greeting each other as hello and watch it, jackass?
Yeah.
It's perfect.
It really is.
No notes. The next one we read is Silent Screams. This one is completed on Webtoon. It is a thriller series. I absolutely loved this one.
Me too.
This one is an S tier for me, even though I felt like they made the ending happier than they needed to. But just because it had so many twists and turns that I was just like...
What happened in the ending?
They just made, like, happy endings for other characters.
Oh, okay.
That I felt like was unnecessary.
Okay. I guess I don't even remember that because it wasn't the main...
The main ending was fine. It was like the side endings that I felt like I didn't need.
Fair. This one, I agree, was an S. I just loved how obsessed he was.
Yeah.
And how he did anything he could possibly do to get out of this mental hospital. He tricked the nurse and he tricked me too.
He tricked us all. And you know what? It was so good.
Yeah.
It was such a journey reading this story.
Yeah.
The next one we have to talk about is Small Packages. This is a short story on Leeson. It is absolutely hysterical.
It is so funny.
It is literally about a man who keeps catching octopi because he's trying to see if he kisses them and they turn into a human.
He's read one too many tentacle stories.
And he's working for it. But he ends up letting go the octopi son of like the god of the sea.
Yeah.
And the god of the sea is like, thank you so much for giving me my son. What would you like? And he's like, I want a hot husband.
And he gets the most adorable little fish.
He's a very tiny fish and he's like, oh no, I wanted like a big beefy husband. And when he's in his human form, he's giant.
Yeah.
I mean, it's porn without plot, but honestly, it was really fun.
It really was.
I think this one has to be like a B or an A for me.
Yeah. I'd say B, just because it could have had a little more plot, but it really was hysterical.
It was a good read.
Yeah. So, the next one on our list is Stranger. This is on Manta, and I'm going to have to rate this one.
I'm rating it an S. You don't have to look all scared about it.
Well, I was thinking, like, do I still want to? Because the novel absolutely is an S. There were a couple of changes that I would not have made.
See, you're going into it with the novel knowledge.
Yeah,
I'm not.
That's fair.
Which could change it.
It is an S. It's beautiful.
This series is gorgeous. I mean, it's an age gap. And they did make a couple questionable changes, but we moved past that pretty quickly.
That's true. I did forget about it almost instantly. See, they let you forget about it, unlike some other stories.
That is true. I will say, though, Stranger was just gorgeous. The art, the storytelling, everything. It's a tragic romance.
Yeah, it really is.
And they end up happy. It's just
great.
great.
And there's a lot of growth. Like, we've seen those, stories where the characters just get worse as things go along.
Shape of sympathy. Oh my gosh, I have a terrible cold. I'm so sorry.
This one, they just get better.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, we all need a good redemption arc, so.
Yes.
I think that works out. The next one we have is The Dirtiest High. This one is a shorter series. It's also the same artist. So this was one that released with those gentle mode and 7 Sundays.
Yeah.
It's the same artist.
Yeah.
This was S tier for me. I loved them so much. Angel specifically is maybe one of my favorite characters ever. He's just petty and I love him.
See, I was going to make this an A, but I will go up to an S because I agree. I just think that they're so funny.
I had so much fun reading this one. I loved the idea of how cute and jealous Josh is. And like when Angel's wearing a suit, Josh being like, no, take that off right now.
I do also love their very public love confession.
Yeah. On the street.
Yeah.
In front of everybody.
Yeah.
I just thought it was great. I mean, honestly, like Angel was a little bit of a man-ho. He gets his own little redemption.
Yep.
It was so cute. I loved reading it.
The next one we have is The Sultan's Love. This one is on Tappy Toon. And I'm going to have to rate this one as a B because I did really enjoy it, but they didn't have to make him fall in love with her when she was a child.
Yeah, there was an age difference in this one, and they didn't let you forget it.
No.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But he did love her, and he wanted to give her the world.
He really did, and it's so pretty.
The art is gorgeous.
It's so pretty.
I'm entirely in agreement with you. I honestly, I read almost all of this one and then finished it. I had to just reread the whole series again. Yeah. But it was short enough to do that. 17 episodes or something?
Yeah, it's pretty short.
But the art is gorgeous.
It really is.
And I was happy that she didn't have to end up with the old geezer emperor.
Yeah.
It was pretty awful.
So it was good that he was gone.
It was an improvement, at least. And last, but very much not least on our rankings is Your Eternal Lies.
Yes.
This series, I know it was listed as a romance, but there's just something about it that feels like it's so much deeper than that. Mm-hmm. I love that the main story ends and it isn't about this romantic love between the two characters. It's obvious that they have a romantic love for one another.
And they do find each other at the end.
And they do find each other in the side stories, but there's just something so cathartic about this series of one, you have a mystery throughout it of trying to figure out if she's guilty or not.
Yeah. I love when we reach the point where our male lead and all of us are like, I don't care if you did it or not. I love you.
And honestly, that's the energy I needed.
Yeah.
This series, the art is gorgeous. The story is beautiful. And I have nothing I would change. S.
Yeah. You know what I think? I was thinking we have a lot more S and A's on this list. And it's probably because, like, one of us reads a story that's really good and we're like, you have to read that.
It's true. Meanwhile, Annie on her own is really struggling. I'm just like, ooh, I don't know about this story at all. I am so glad about that. We read quite a few together this year.
We did. Let's see if we can do more next year.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll take less that I'm reading by myself since I had plenty to spare. And I'll try to make sure we're reading the same ones. But thank you all so much for listening to us rank our completed series. And we are looking forward to our New Year's recaps with you tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Bye.